Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Back again for another stream. It's the big one. It's a blank game week 29 deadline stream. So yeah, nice to see everyone. As you can see, Jordan will be joining the stream later on today. He had something, he had caught up with something, so he'll be joining shortly. But yeah, it's a big game week, and there's quite a lot to discuss and a lot of transfers I have to make. So yeah, looking forward to this one. And yeah, it's a later deadline than usual. So normally, it's 11 a.m. deadline here in the UK. However, slightly later on, got a 1:30 deadline, which is a bit nicer than usual. Give us a bit of time to think about what sort of transfers we can make. So I'll quickly read out the bus team. So in goal, I've got Pickford. And yeah, again, he's got West Ham. At home, I've got Mikalenko, I've got Gabriel, I've got Lewis, and I've got Robinson. Now, with Rico Lewis, I don't expect him to start, so we'll come on to transfers in a bit. In the midfield, I've got Clivert, Dango, Palmer, and then up front, I've got Wood, Isak, and Watkins, who we know have blank fixtures. And on the bench, Rogers, Salah, Trent, all blank as well. Hi Dan. Jordan is joining shortly. He was caught in I think he's busy with something important, so he's joining the stream midway through, so should join shortly. But yeah, that's the team, guys. You see on the screen. So essentially, I don't count Lewis and Dango as players I think will start. So realistically, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starters. So I don't expect Dango to start the game. And Lewis, again, I don't expect Rico Lewis to start against Brighton. Never know. Hopefully we get a leak. If we do, then I could be tempted to play Rico Lewis. I'm hoping I get info on Rico Lewis. But yeah, nothing confirmed. But I'll show you guys quickly what the plans are in terms of transfers, and also get your questions in, guys. If you have any sort of questions you want me to answer about your teams specifically, I'd be more than happy to answer. So as you guys know, there was a lot of price rises and price drops last night, and unfortunately I didn't go early. I actually got an early night, so I didn't do any early moves, and my team has sort of been affected. Some of the moves I had planned I can't actually do anymore. But I'm not too fast because the plan I've got right now is probably the one I would have went with anyway. So I've not really been locked out of any moves. I'll take your questions. I've got Charis, Sarr, Castagnier, Ain't Nuri, Mikalenko, Trent, Mbomo, Dango, Palmer, Bowen, Wood, Wissa. What would you do with this team? I want to do Trent to Vardiol, Dango to Bruno for a -8. I don't like taking a -8, Charis, if I'm being honest with you. If you're going to captain Bruno, then yeah, I'll do the Bruno move. And if you're going to captain him, then yeah, but I really don't like the -8. -4 for me is okay. But looking at your team, I'll do Trent definitely out. And if you're going to bring Bruno in, then I'd say it's probably worth the -8, especially if you're going to captain Bruno, then yeah, I'd say go for it. Thing you got to take out Trent, Rogers, Watkins. So for my plan, I'll come on to shortly. I'm planning on taking out Trent, and I'm planning on taking out Isak and Watkins because I want to bring in Haaland, and I won't be able to afford Haaland unless I remove Isak and Watkins at the same time. So I'll quickly show you guys on the screen. So let's say I remove Isak and Trent. Let's say Haaland comes in. It doesn't give me enough money, really. I have to remove Watkins as well. So let's say I remove Watkins for Evan Ilson. So that's Isak for Haaland, and that's Watkins for Evan Ilson, and then Trent gives me 6.3. Now I could do something like Vardiol, who did unfortunately rise in price last night, so he's now 6 million. But I think I'm going to go for a Forest defender. I'm going to go for Milenkovic. or I could go for Nico Williams. Either one. I might go Nico Williams just to save myself a bit of money. And then the plan is actually to do Dango or Rogers out for Gibbs White. So something like that. It would be the plan. And that leaves me with 0.0 in the bank. So yeah, Rogers will probably go in this case. If I just restore Rogers, I'm just see what fixture Rogers has. He's got Forest at home in 30 as well, so I probably wouldn't need Rogers. I could sell Dango. Instead, but I think I want to keep Dango, even though he's a bit of a risk. So Rogers will go to Gibbs White. I could even save myself a bit of money by going. I'm going to go Nico Williams probably. I want some money in the bank, so I'll probably go to Nico instead of Milenkovic. That leaves me with 0.5 for next week. And then next week, I could do something like Robinson down to Munoz, where he's got the nice fixture. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I'd rather save the money and go Nico Williams instead of Milenkovic. Allows me to bring in Gibbs White against Ipswich, and then it also allows me to bring Evan Nilsson in and have the triple Bournemouth. And then that will allow me to bench Dango this week as well, which would be nice. Benching him. So that's the plan. Or I can sell Dango and keep Rogers. But I don't know. But that's probably what I'm going to do. Let me know what you guys think of my moves. I'd love to get your thoughts on the plans. Would you sell Dango and have Rogers benched this weekend? Or would you get rid of Rogers and then have Gibbs White? Double Nottingham Forest defense or one of Aït-Nouri Mazraoui. Depends on your chip strategy. If you're on a free hit, then I'd rather be tempted to go with a Mazraoui or an Aït-Nouri, to be honest. I'd rather go against double for Nottingham Forest defense. Got 1.8 million in the bank, no free transfers. What to do with Trossard and Nwaneri? I'm thinking of saving any hits. Or Trossard to Bruno or Nwaneri to Kluivert. I wouldn't mind taking a hit in your position, Dan the Man. I definitely like Nwaneri to Kluivert. I would do that personally for a -4. I think it makes sense. And even Trossard to Bruno, I don't hate the move. I like Nwaneri to Kluivert though. For a -4. Charis, thanks, mate. Because Vardiol gives me a good fixture next week, and Bruno, I pray to God he goes massive because I don't like the hit. But hey, that's the game. Yeah, of course. If you're chasing as well, then it could make sense to go for it. Wow, you can afford to keep Palmer and Salah too. Yeah, I can afford to keep Palmer and Salah in this case, which I'm happy about. And have Haaland and have Evan Nilsson. I could also get Vardiol, as you guys know. I don't have to get in Williams. I can go straight to Vardiol, but it means starting Dango. And it comes down to whether I think starting Dango and then having Vardiol is better than having Nico Williams and Gibbs White this week, which I'm, again, not sure. If I can't afford Morgan Gibbs White, is Semenyo better than Elanga? Yeah, I'd probably go Semenyo and have a triple up or double up on Bournemouth. But yeah, I think I'd go Semenyo over Elanga. I could also get Elanga instead of Gibbs White. I think Gibbs White is someone that really interests me this week because I am chasing. Obviously, I'm around the 400k rank. He's only 10% ownership. He's doing well recently. Assist in the last game against Man City. Got an assist against Newcastle. Got an assist against Fulham. 2 assists and a goal against Brighton as well. So I've been liking Morgan Gibbs White, and really nice fixture against Ipswich today. And then Man United at home as well, which I could play him for, and I don't think that's a bad fixture for him in that case either. So I think I'm going to take a punt and try be a bit different in my wildcard before I wildcard in 31. Evan Nilsson as well, another nice differential sort of pick. I mean, he's going to be popular. I mean, I expect ownership to go up, but low owned for now. I like the 2 fixtures as well. So yeah, he's another one. Nico Williams is in there for cover for the Forest defense for the clean sheet, I expect. And against Man United, who knows what he can do. So rumors that he could get benched in one of these games, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think he should be fine to play both. So I think I'm going to ignore Vardiol because, as you guys know, if I was to bring in Vardiol, and I'll have to take out Gibbs White. I'll have to bring in someone for 5.5, which I mean I can't go to Elanga. I mean I can go to Elanga. So that would be it. I mean, let us know in the chat, please. What would you prefer, Vardio and Elanga, or Nico Williams and Morgan Gibbs White? Because I could do both. Yeah, what would you guys prefer? I'll write it in the chat. So, and might do a poll. I should have probably done it a poll. So that is my dilemma, guys. Vardio and Elanga, or Gibbs White and Nico Williams. But if I was to go the Gvardiol and Elanga route, I'm left with 0.2. And the other way, I'm left with 0.5, I believe. So yeah, that's the plans. If you could, if you could help me with that, that would be appreciated. Also, guys, Jordan should join soon as well in the chat. If you've got any questions as well, chuck them in. All right, comments. One comment here. Just bear with me. Just sorry, guys. I'm just looking at any team news on Twitter, etc. Vardio and Elanga, I think, because City have Leicester next game week. Yeah, I've thought about it, but it's a tricky one. But I just think Morgan Gibbs White could go big. I don't know why, but I have a feeling. I'm just seeing any team news, guys. Just bear with me for a second. Vardio or Elanga, I think, because City have Leicester. Oh, sorry, I read this one. Let's have a look at the comments. I'm going for a big differential 1 week punt of either Garnacho or Bellegarde. I like Man United asset potentially. Going for, like, obviously you can't afford Bruno, so I think going for another Man United asset could pay off. It's just obviously whether he starts. Obviously, there's always worries about Garnacho starting in these type of games, so we'll have to see with that one. Dan also says sounds like a very attacking plan. Yeah, I want to attack the game week, but we'll see how it goes because I am taking a -4, with these plans. Either plan because I've only got 3 free transfers. And yes, it's one where I have to weigh up whether I think it's worth taking a hit. I do like the other way as well, going with Morgan Gibbs White and Nico Williams. But obviously next week it could be the big one because Leicester at home. I don't expect a clean sheet from Man City, if I'm being honest, against Brighton. I think Brighton will score, but next week you'd assume they keep a clean sheet against Leicester. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on Vardy. I know he's the best underlying numbers. I mean, he has got 5 goals, I think it is, this season as well. Yeah, 5 goals, which is really good. But I don't see a clean sheet for him against Brighton. Elanga, again, I'd obviously prefer Morgan Gibbs White. Elanga has no goals or assists in his last 4. However, he did pick up 3 assists against Brighton. Could be a decent pick. I don't think he's an amazing pick. Obviously, he's only 5.3 million, so you don't get much from him. But I don't hate the Elanga pick. Let's have a look. I'm going to see when Jordan is joining. Sorry, guys, just messaging Jordan now. See when he's back. Yeah, I think he's coming halfway. But yeah, those are sort of the plans. Or you could go for Hudson-Odoi instead of Elanga, who apparently has been playing very well. Yeah, I mean, he scored against Man City. If I can afford him, I'm not sure if I can. Let me have a look. Elanga out. Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, 5.2. He's actually, I thought he was a bit more expensive. Yeah, Hudson-Odoi. I can go for him. 10 points against Man City. Obviously, he did score. Don't know. It's a tricky one. I think I'd prefer Elanga. Elanga, I feel like his minutes look better for me. I would prefer Elanga, personally. But it's whether I want Vardy at 6 million. Is he value for money? Some would say he is. 105 points so far this season. To Williams is 83. 20 points in it. Elanga's got 102 points compared to Gibbs White's 113. So not a lot in it. So yeah, I probably think Guardiola and Elanga, if to be honest. But we'll see. Long way to go. What about Trent, Rodgers, Watkins to Vardy, Bruno, Evanilson? You save -4 and get Bruno. Hold on. So what about Trent, Rodgers, Watkins? Can I do that? Oh, sorry. No, I want Haaland. I wouldn't go without Haaland. I want to captain Haaland this week. So yeah, Dan, I definitely want Haaland for the game week. I think he's my captain and best option. Hi, Haas. Thoughts on Wood or Fernandes for captain? I don't mind either one. If you've not got Haaland, if you've chosen to go no Haaland, then I think it's fine. You can captain Chris Wood. I would go Chris Wood, I think. But if you're chasing, I don't hate Fernandes. We saw him in the Europa League. Obviously, a couple penalties, but he's on penalties and he could get you a big haul as well. So, yeah, I also like. I probably prefer Fernandes actually. Saying that, if you're chasing, But if you've got Haaland, obviously maybe it's boring, but I prefer Haaland this week. I think Haaland will score. 10 of 11 of my players all play at 3 p.m, so that's nice. Yeah, it's a lot of 3 p.m. games. Obviously, blank game week, Liverpool, etc. Playing in the cup final tomorrow. Any more comments, guys? Let's have a look. Did I miss anything? Nope. Yeah, you know what? I think this is what I'm gonna do. So I feel like triple Forest isn't the play this week. I mean, Ipswich is a great fixture, to be fair. I'm trying to see any team news for Man City, but I don't think we're gonna get any. Hopefully, we do. Mm. Raul, Beto, Pedro, or Evan Nilsson. If it's just this week, I think Raul actually has the highest chance of scoring, apparently, according to the odds against Spurs. But if it was just me picking on who I like, I mean, I've gone Evan Nilsson. Maybe that is me just, I mean, I don't know, maybe some bias. I test what I watch. But if we just go on the odds, most likely to score this week, apparently it's actually Raul Jimenez against Tottenham. So I don't hate Raul at all. Pedro would be further down the list for me. If it's just for this week, it'd be fourth. I think Beto third. Evan Nilsson and Raul is close. If it's just this week, I think you want to probably go Raul. If it's longer term, I would go Evan Nilsson. Hope that answers your question, Hamza. Also, guys, please drop a like and make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well, please. Another question. Hani, I've got no keepers. My situation is very delicate. Henderson to Jose Sarr to Wood. Oh, Ndai to Wood, -4. Then play Greaves and Feist in defense for 11 fixtures. All same transfers, but -8 for Salah to Bruno. That's a tough one. Again, I don't really like taking a -8, but I'd do Bruno in. I'd probably not. I probably wouldn't do the goalie transfer in your case. I'd probably do Ndai to Wood and then Salah to Bruno, possibly. But you could even wildcard. But I'd probably try save the wildcard if I'm being honest. I'd do Bruno in. I'm not sure I'd get a goalkeeper in your case, Hani. Marmoush or Evan Nilsson, which should I go for? I would be safe and go with Evan Nilsson, but hopefully we get some team news about Man City. If we do, I would be safe and play Evan Nilsson. Yeah, Hani, I don't think it's bad playing with 10 players as long as you've got 7 or 8 that are good picks. I don't think it's the worst thing playing with 10, especially if the 11th player is a goalkeeper. Realistically, I mean, Pickford does have a good chance of a clean sheet and Jose Sarr possibly, but I just think there's low upside. Taking a -4 for a goalkeeper, I don't think it's worth it because you're taking a -4. They have to keep a clean sheet just for it to be worth it. And for me, I don't know if I'd do that for a goalie. What are your chances at Clive at double-digit haul? Yeah, it's possible. I don't expect that much of a high-scoring game though. So, yeah, this is definitely possible. I mean, Clive has been fantastic this season. Evan Nilsson is going to get Clive another pen. I feel it now. It's possible. um, do, 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 do. Let's see. All right, I think I'm gonna start doing some of my transfers and locking them in. I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna actually bring Vardiol in, which I didn't expect to do at all. I thought about bringing Vardiol in, but then I was like, he's too expensive. Then I thought I'd be priced out after last night, him going up in price. So yeah, not sure how I feel about Elanga though. I don't think is he worth a -4. Ipswich, then Man United, his former team. Just trying to see who Villa play. Who do Villa play next week? Will I need Rodgers against Forest at home? Probably not. The only reason why I want to bring Vardiol in because I didn't realize he's that. The ownership is 25%. He's quite highly owned. Didn't expect that at all. Yeah, the only reason why I want to bring a Man City defender in is because I feel like most people can't get to Vardiol because of budget or because I can't really get to Bruno. I think Vardiol is sort of my cover in that sense to be a bit different. What happened to the community team? Did we just give up? Yeah. That's reminds me actually. I mean, Jordan, we did it for the first few weeks, and I think we just must have stopped doing it. Unfortunately, I mean, we probably have to get that started back up again. Definitely, I'll remind Jordan of it. Hopefully, we can get that back up maybe for next season now, because obviously a bit late now, but definitely want to get that back and up and going as well. So, yeah. All right, let's look at some of the fixtures this week because obviously fewer games. So Everton, West Ham, I think that should be a good one. In terms of like the assets we have, Mikalenko, Pickford, I think they could get clean sheets here at home against West Ham. David Moyes' former team, so obviously narrative there. See how that goes. And we have Jordan, who's just shortly joining in the stream.
Hello, everybody. Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, man. Not bad. I was just doing some of the fixtures at the moment. Just running through the fixtures. I'll quickly show you my transfer plans actually, because they've slightly changed again.
Okay.
Hold on. So the plan is to take out Trent, take out Rodgers, Watkins, and Isak. And now I'll be bringing in Vardio. I'll be bringing in Elanga instead of Morgan Gibbs-White. Evan Nielsen. And who else was it? Sorry. Haaland. Sorry, how can I forget Haaland? Yeah, Jordan. So the plan is basically, would you rather have Vardio and Morgan Gibbs-White, Sorry, no. Vardio and Elanga, or
Yeah.
Morgan Gibbs-White and Nico Williams. So basically double Forest with Gibbs-White and Nico Williams, or Vardio and Elanga.
I think I prefer to split it with Guardiola and Elanga instead of going all Nottingham Forest, I think. Just in case Man City pull off like a clean sheet or maybe a goal from Guardiola.
That's what I've been thinking as well now, because initially I didn't think I could afford Vardio, and Gibbs-White was the one I actually wanted. But I can't afford Gibbs-White, but I've realised I can just drop down to Elanga and still have another asset in there. So let's say Guardiola comes in. Do you think it's worth that extra -4? Or do you... So let's say this is Rodgers. Would you play Dango knowing that he's most likely not going to start? And if he does start, he has potential to come on and score. Or would you do the -4 for Elanga, who will start against Ipswich?
I'll probably do the -4 for Elanga because obviously he's set to start. He's Ipswich away, which is a nice fixture for players like Elanga and Gibbs-White. So yeah, I think I prefer to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of rolling with the Dango move.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking as well, really, just to do the -4, because do I really want to play with Dango as my 11th player, which I know Dango is not really going to start. So yeah, but I'm going to lock in my moves now, Jordan. I think I'm going to, just so I don't have to think about it, because I've been thinking about this for, I feel like, a couple of days now. I think Jordan's lagged out again. I'll let him come back. But if I take it this way, if I do a -8, if that Jose, Son, Wood, and Bruno must get more than 8+ wows in total, is it not worth it? Yeah, I don't think the goalie transfer is really worth it, personally. If it allows you to do another move, then yeah, but doing a goalie swap for a -4, I'm not sure is worth it. And Wout Faes, again, is not a great option. So yeah, I think you've just got to take the red arrow really this week. I don't think with having to play Wout Faes, etc., you have to hope it's not as big of a red arrow really in your case. But yeah, I wouldn't do the -4 for a goalie, I don't think.
But it depends if you want to keep that goalkeeper as well for a long time, because you're going to have to roll that goalkeeper for probably the foreseeable unless you have a wild card or somewhat, you obviously change the goalkeeper again.
Yeah, I'm trying to see Man City team news.
Yeah, I think that would benefit you if you knew if Lewis was starting or not. I think that would change your obviously plans of the team. Could potentially save you from a -4 if you knew if Lewis started or
not. Let's have a look.
I'll just get my team.
Yeah, you might as well bring your team up.
Because, yeah, you guys haven't seen the team or the plans yet.
All right, so I'm going to do my moves as well soon, I think, but I'll let you show what your plan is.
Yeah, so quick run through, obviously, for the team at the moment. Pickford in goal, back four at the moment, with Trent having the blank, Mikalenko, Milenkovic, and Poisson. Midfield four, Rodgers with the blank, along with Palmer and Burma, Cliver, and up front, Wood currently captain with Whistler alongside him. And the rest of obviously the blank players on the bench, along with the goalkeeper, who's got Bournemouth away. If I switch over to my transfer window, because the captaincy and all that is going to change from these moves, I'll just show you what I have in mind. So I have 3 free transfers, 1.8 million in the bank. If you did watch the podcast that we did, the plan is to obviously take out Trent, who is now red flagged, so he definitely is not going to start in game week 29 or the foreseeable. So the person I'm bringing in for Trent is still Aït-Nouri, which saves me a lot of money because he is 4.8 million. And the second transfer is for Rodgers, who is also a player without a fixture this week, and he's coming in for. And this has swayed me a bit from the Real Sociedad game that I watched. That Man United did play, and that's Bruno Fernandes. And I thought, with the changes Amrin made in the Real Sociedad game, we saw a completely different Man United. And if they can, obviously, if Amrin goes and sticks with that formula for this Leicester game, I think Bruno is a great pick. Hopefully, that replicates from the Real Sociedad game into the Leicester game.
Okay.
Furthermore, Bruno will be the captain as well for my team this week.
Nice one. I'll quickly lock in my moves because I'm pretty set on those. So just bear with me while I show you guys my screen again. So make transfers. So just to confirm, I'm taking a -4 hit, which I didn't want to do, but it is what it is. Trent, Rodgers, Watkins, and Isak out. And I'm bringing in Vardiol, Elanga, Evanilson, and Haaland for a -4 hit. So I'm going to confirm that. And there you go, guys. That is done. So I'll quickly do my team. Lewis will be benched. Vardiol will start instead of Dango. And then I'll put Dango first bench, Lewis, and then Salah at the end. And then also, as you guys know, I'm captaining Haaland. I'm going vice captain is Chris Wood. Save. That's the team. I'm playing a 4-3-3. So just quickly, I'll read out the team. Pickford, Mikalenko, Gabriel, Robinson, Vardiol, Elanga, Cliver, Palmer, Wood, Haaland captain, Evanilson as the front three. So I'm pretty happy with the way the team looks. I think not too dissimilar from like a free hit draft. So nice. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, double Forest attack is against Ipswich is a bit of a differential, I think, because not a lot of people have Elanga. So I'm interested to see what he does. But yeah, I'll let you go and lock your moves in, Jordan, if you want to, of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty dead cert on these moves, so I will do the same as there isn't long left. But I've had a while to think about these plans, and yeah, I'm still going forward with them. So Trent
also,
and Roger,
I don't know if you want to know, Marmoush starts. There's a comment coming as well, but yeah, Marmoush apparently starts for Man City if it changes your plans or anything.
Possibly. Very interesting that Marmoush starts. We'll see. But the current plans are Trent out and Rodgers with 8 new and Bruno Fernandes in for 2 free transfers. And they are now confirmed. So that's obviously, yeah. So I don't need to change the team. It's all sorted. The only thing I need to change is the captain. I was thinking of Captain Woods before bringing in Bruno, but I think I'll go Bruno Fernandes this week as a differential captain. I think I don't think many people will opt to go for Bruno. I think a lot of people will pick Chris Woods instead. So that might help me out in the ranks a bit around the 2 million that I'm currently sat at. So yeah, that's the finalized team at the moment. Don't think there's any real need to change anything else, but it's a 4-4-2. Bruno captain.
Nice one. Let's take a few more comments. Yeah, nice to see you too, Elliot. Hello, everyone. Is playing with 11 a must? 2 free transfers and a minus could see me have a full squad. Might not be a must. It depends what if it's a goalkeeper, then I don't think it's the end of the world playing without a goalkeeper. But yeah, ideally you want to have 11. But I don't see a problem with taking a -4. So I think a lot of people will be taking -4s and -8. So I think -4. If the player you're bringing in is a good option, then yeah, go for it. Palmer to Bruno, Cunha to Jimenez or Marmoush. Also, I can make a defender transfer for a -4 to field 11 players. I don't like Palmer to Bruno, if I'm being honest. I know Bruno's got a really nice fixture this week, but I wouldn't want to take out a player that has a fixture this week like Palmer does. And I know Palmer's not been in great form, but he's on penalties. I wouldn't want to remove Palmer because he's got a fixture. I'd rather bring in players that have a fixture for someone that blanks. So take out your Everton assets, your Aston Villa assets, your Liverpool assets, potentially like Trent. Those are the players I'd get rid of ahead of Palmer. Jordan, a question for you. Should I do Trossard to Bruno or Wanieri to Clive for a -4?
Tempting. For me, I'll probably do Trossard to Bruno.
Mhm.
If I'm honest, because obviously he has a good fixture against Leicester away. I know Clivert has Brentford at home, but I think this week, just solely on the captaincy, I think I would go for Bruno if you are deciding to go for that direction in terms of captain. But yeah, I probably will do that for the -4. I think it is worth it, especially if you put the captaincy on Bruno then.
Haas, are you planning on bringing back Isak or staying with Haaland long term? I will definitely bring Isak back when Newcastle have a double game week. I will probably sell either Evan Nilsson or Wood, or most likely Haaland when he doesn't have a blank, when he doesn't have a double. Sorry, because I like Haaland's fixtures. The next 2 is nice. Again, I'll have to see what happens in the FA Cup, because obviously I will want Isak for the double 100%. Need Haaland to captain to make back -12, says Soul Searcher. Yeah, I mean, let's see how the Haaland captaincy goes. Brighton are playing well, a bit of form now. I think 4 wins in a row. Man City lost last weekend. Tough game for them against Forest, didn't score. But yeah, I'm backing Haaland's captaincy this week. It's going to be good, I think. See how that one goes. Could be quite a swingy week. Haaland captainers. There's Wood. There's people on Bruno. So it will be interesting. I'll let you go with this one, Jordan. Wood or Bruno captain?
I think if you have Bruno there, I think you should captain him over Chris Wood. But if you've only just got Chris Wood, then I'll probably just go captain Wood. But for this, yeah, I think Bruno this week is a good captain pick just for the sake of difference. I don't think many people will pick it. I think it's a good fixture as well for Man United, and watch them in against Real Sociedad. If they go with that formula, like I mentioned, Amrin, with that setup, then that could be very good for Bruno captainers this week.
Bruno captain does sound nice for the last match on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Yeah, could do. That's one player that I don't have in my team, as you guys can see. Bruno would be nice to have, but the only way I can get to him really is selling Palmer, taking another -4, so that'll be -8 for Bruno. And yeah, just 1 too many, I think, for hits. I'm not willing to go to -8. But yeah, and also I could sell Salah, but I want Salah back for game week 30, I think. So that's why I'm gonna just keep Salah benched. It's actually mad. I've got 2 playing players in the bench with fixtures. So if anything does happen,
yeah, if anything happens, then you never know. They could come in 2 clutch on the bench. Since obviously the Marmoush start shout, I've been very tempted to obviously include in my team, but is it worth taking out a playing player for another one this week and using a free transfer on it?
Wait, who is it? Wissa?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll do it.
Know. Yeah, because then at least I have one Man City player in case they do go off against Brighton as cover. But at the same time, I'm not confident with Man City this season because their form has dipped here and there. So it's not the same Man City, but Marmoush has sort of lifted it a bit for him since he's joined the club. So I'm in 2 minds with that. Do you think Wissa's worth it this week or going for?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't get rid of Wissa for that's for free, right?
Yeah,
I don't think I would do it. I personally don't think I would. Nah, but yeah, Marmoush is a nice pick this week. But I think Man City is a nicer pick in game week 30, which is Leicester. That's one reason I bought Vardiol in, because with Vardiol, I don't expect Man City to keep a clean sheet this week. If they do it, for me, it's a bonus. I think Brighton will probably score. They could win. I wouldn't be surprised if Man City win 2-1 or 3-1. Next week is the one I want Vardiol for, because Leicester, I definitely expect a clean sheet next week for Man City. So they got the better fixture next week rather than this week.
Yeah.
Hizami, why is everyone selling Salah? I mean, he's got a blank and he obviously doesn't play. And then next week, even he's got Everton at home when Haaland has Leicester at home, I believe, as well. So maybe some people think they can get by with Salah for 1 game week, because obviously next game week he's got Everton, and then you can wild card him back in. Because I know that's a strategy that people are going with as well, where they'll take Salah out this week with a blank. Hopefully they get lucky in their case against Everton, and then bring him back in the 31 wild card. So
yeah, it is a risky one because the reverse fixture, Salah scored and got an assist with a 13-pointer. So a lot of people are taking that gamble on not having him for that obviously that game week after the blank.
Yeah, if Liverpool went through against PSG in the Champions League, I think selling Salah isn't the worst idea in the world. But even then, I wasn't keen on doing it. But now Liverpool have gone out the Champions League. After tomorrow, was Liverpool play the cup final. They have no other midweek games. It's one game a week until the end of the season. Salah is unlikely to get rotated, in my opinion. I think Salah will play every game now between now and the end of the season, and he may come off, in some of them when the title's wrapped up. But yeah, I'm against selling Salah personally. He's on hold now.
Yeah, until Liverpool has secured the title for Premier League, then I think Salah there's no argument to have him in your team.
Yeah, and even after they secure it, I think he's still going to play, if I'm being honest. I think he's going to want to break records, get more goals, more assists, because he's obviously having a historic season. So I don't see him letting up. So, yeah. And obviously the value, selling him, bringing him back in is going to be more expensive.
Yeah, a lot of money because he's 13.7. I think I bought him in at 13.1. That's a lot of money. Almost climbing up to 1 mil if you bought him in from the very beginning.
I think Vardiol is also good because they are getting a likely double in 33. Yeah, Man City could double in 33. So for me, it's not as important though, because I will wildcard in 31, 30, most likely 31, and I can always wildcard Vardiol back in if I feel like I want him. I bought in Bruno for Palmer. Yeah, I could do the same, but I'm not keen on selling Palmer for Bruno, for especially for a hit. As soon as he scored the hat trick, there's no one else I would captain beside him. No, fair enough. I think he is a nice fixture for Bruno, and we know he's on penalties. Did he score a hat trick of penalties, or was it?
I think it was. I think he scored the first goal as a penalty. I'm not sure about the other two.
Yeah, I believe it was. I think it was 3 penalties. Let me have a look. No, sorry, 2 penalties.
2 penalties in 1 open play.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. To be fair, but it was 2 penalties. Man United ended up winning 4-1.
Yeah, I was in so much nostalgia. I kind of forgotten if there was some penalties or open play in that game. But 2 penalties. He
could get another pen against Leicester. We know Leicester have been struggling as well this season, so it's a nice fixture for Man United. And if you can get Bruno in for free, I definitely would do it. And if you want to captain Bruno, then I think it could be worth a -4. But -8, -12s is where I'd probably go against it.
Yeah. Plus, if you're expecting Man United to score as well, who else would you consider a goal scorer for Man United? There's no one really.
No one really. I mean, we don't really know who's going to score for Man United. The other players, Dalot scored, I think, late on. Xerxes might. I know Xerxes played quite well, I heard. Garnacho might nick something, but most of the time it's usually Bruno, obviously on set pieces, free kicks, penalties. So Bruno's the only one I'd go for in Man United assets. But yeah, I'm locked in, man. You pretty set to go with your team? I'll just take my screen off.
Yeah, all set to go and ready. I'm quite excited for this week, especially the Man United game on Sunday. And obviously the captain over Bruno and makes it more enticing to watch that game.
What time is that game? Is it a late one? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's a 7. It's an evening.
7. So it's a late stream for us then.
Yeah, it will be a
late
last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that. So you'll see if I have a bright smile on my face or not after that game. And then you joke whether Bruno's done the business or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this week is going to be a decent game week. I think the only thing that fears me is Man City players, and possibly not having João Pedro. Because if you remember from before, João Pedro came on for 25 minutes from coming back from his injury and scored a goal and assist against Man City. So don't rule out also João Pedro, guys, in your team. I know he's been a bit of a fraud this season when you've not owned him and scored, and when you have, he's blank. I think even for that fixture, it's a good one for him.
Soul Searcher says without Dorgu, we won't be the same. Obviously, Dorgu is suspended for this one, I believe. Does Dango not play even when Evan Nilsson is now back? Really frustrating to have him as a Bournemouth attacker. Yeah, Dango most likely won't start because obviously Evan Nilsson's back now, and Evan Nilsson is the main starting striker at Bournemouth. But before Evan Nilsson's injury, he was doing really well. Obviously, Dango stepped up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dango comes off the bench and does get a goal or an assist. That's why I'm slightly worried about benching Dango, because he can do damage if he comes on, 30 minutes, 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, because Evan Nilsson's not ready yet to play full 90-minute football.
Yeah.
He's just come back from an injury, so he'll play about 60 or 70, and the Dango will come on, just needs one moment, opportunity, and there you go. It's points for Dango.
Yeah, that's my worry about taking this -4. I've seen people just play Dango, hoping because he will probably get 25, 30 minutes, but yeah, maybe I should have just left that. But I have a feeling that Nottingham Forest could put a couple goal past Ipswich today. So Elanga at a bit of a differential. I don't know what his ownership is. I mean, you still probably would have went Elanga in it, Jordan, instead of just keeping hoping Dango comes on and scores.
Yeah, preferably I would have gone maybe Gibbs White, but I think Elanga's also a good shout too.
Yeah. If I went Gibbs White, it would mean Nico Williams and having a double, bringing in double Forest. So Elanga, I mean, he's not had many returns in his last few. Was unlucky against Forest. Sorry, not Forest, against Newcastle. Should have probably had an goal in that game. But yeah, he's up and down, Elanga. When he does score, he usually does get a big haul. But yeah, I mean, he's 5.2 million, 5.3. So I'm not expecting massive amounts of returns. But if he just gets me even an assist, I'll take that.
Yeah, because anything from him at 6% ownership is good as a differential. Whether it's just one assist.
I mean, a goal would be amazing, but we'll see. I took the -12 as 2 of 4 get returns. I'm happy. Replace Trent, Cunha, Watkins, Palmer with Bruno, Haaland, Williams, Evan Nilsson. Yeah, they're really good moves. Harney says, I'm choosing to go for the -8 to take that gamble. It's like if the keeper gets 2 points, I'm losing 2 points. But if the keeper gets a clean sheet, I also get 2 points or more. The question is now, Sells or Sarr? Who would you go out of, Sells or Sarr, Jordan? I think I would go Sells. Probably.
Yeah, I have more conviction going with Sells than Sarr because I don't trust Wolves and keeping a clean sheet against Southampton. There's a lot of teams, even Liverpool, couldn't keep one against Southampton. And relegation teams are always dangerous. As you expect maybe a clean sheet from them, but that's not always the case. So I'll probably go with Sells. I think it's more reliable for one.
Bournemouth will have 3 games in a week in game week 30, so defo rotation. So Soul Searcher, yeah, that is possible. So one to watch. But I do have Dango as well, the rotation risk. So hopefully he might get a start for me. We'll see. Minter over Elanga, says Soul Searcher. Yeah, Minter's doing well, but I don't think I could have afforded him. If I'm being honest, I don't think I had the money in the bank to go there. But yeah, Elanga is it's a proper punt. I need him to go big.
Elanga,
we'll see.
He's definitely out there, Elanga, comparatively to Gibbs White, who's had more of the attack.
Yeah, Gibbs White is definitely the better pick.
Yeah,
but it is a 2-week move I'm doing. And Vardiol, if Vardiol goes big, then it will be worth it because obviously I was looking at Vardiol. I'm not massively keen on Vardiol keeping a clean sheet this week. I don't think they will, Man City. But next week is where I see the clean sheet. And I'm hoping Vardiol gets an attack and return because his underlying numbers are the best of any defender in the game, I believe. I think he's second or third, I should say. And he's got 5 goals as well, Vardiol, this season. So I should need a goal from him, hopefully. I've managed to field 11 players without taking a minus. Hopefully helps me with rank, considering a lot of people are forced to take a minus. Yeah, that's a great position to be in, Elika.
Yeah, you're in the same position to me, Elika. I managed to keep 3 transfers and only use 2 of those 3 without using the last one or taking a minus hit. So yeah, we sort of avoided the injuries, suspensions, players, and yeah, somewhat for speed around it, which is nice. Going ahead to game week 30 as well. Harney But the thing is, Ipswich scored in 7 of their last 8 games. Unlike Southampton, they just played not the Forest in the FA Cup as well, and it went on pens. I'm so confused. Yeah, I mean, results can be very screwed when it comes to other cup competitions like FA Cup. So I wouldn't read too much into.
Apparently, Haaland starts as well.
So Mamouche and Haaland starting together is interesting.
Yep.
Because
I don't know if that's a good thing for Haaland. I don't think it is a good thing for Haaland
No,
with Mamouche starting, because he takes some goals off him as well. So
yeah, because he did score a hat trick when he did play alongside him last time, and Haaland didn't get a whisper of anything. So that will be interesting now in terms of what happens again with them two playing together. But yeah, Ipswich scored in 7 of their last 8 games. I like Southampton. They just played Nottingham when it went on. Pens, I'm so confused. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get from Ipswich, if I'm honest. But again, it's another one of those teams in that sort of area in the table. They're going to fight for it no matter what. And so are Southampton. So they are going to make it as difficult as possible for Nottingham Forest, and also as well as Southampton having Wolves. So the results we expect are not always what we predict, but hopefully there is some clarity in the matches. Down the man. Is Guardiola playing centre back, or is as usual reading forward left back position?
I think he's going to be left back, but again, I don't know for sure. But I'd assume left back.
And I've done Trent, Trossard, and Cunha to Guardiola, Bruno, and Wood for -4. Yeah, I think that's a good -4. Obviously, Trossard not really took off from obviously the absence of Havertz and Saka on the pitch. Obviously, Trent's injured, so he isn't going to play this week, and Cunha's still suspended. So Guardiola, Bruno, and Wood, I think 3 good transfer ins. I think that -4 should make up for it. So hopefully, best of luck with that then. And yeah, I'll be keeping in mind of those transfers that you've made. Yes, Elanga or Hudson?
I prefer Elanga. I think it's close between the two, but we're looking at the underlying numbers of their last few matches. I think Elanga gets into more positions to either score or assist, even though obviously Hudson-Odoi scored last week. But I think massive slice of fortune with that one. I think Ederson, any good goalie, I think saves that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he didn't recover his post properly.
Yeah, I'll let you take the next one as well, Jordan.
Arnie, Sarr, at least I know, would have some saves to do. I'm not so sure that Sells will have saves to make if Ipswich score. It'll be on a shocking single attempt. Yeah, there is that. If you want to base it on save points, I mean, Wolves have conceded one of the most they're conceded. The team themselves have conceded a lot of goals this season, and yeah, Sarr's made a lot of saves in between that. But I think I still would prefer to go with Sells if that does mean he has less saves. I don't think there'd be much in it, because you have to make 3 saves to get, I believe, 1 point. So again, I think I'd rather go with Sells and take the chance of him keeping a clean sheet over Sarr, because I think Nottingham Forest's defence is more reliable than Wolves' defence has been this season, even though they've got Southampton.
Marmouche to start. I am captaining him, says Hazami. Yeah, look, Marmouche apparently he starts, so
that's a big captain shout.
Could pay off. Thanks, guys. Good luck all. Good luck, chat. I think good luck all. Chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, guys, please, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and ring that notification bell. Yeah, I think that's it. Really, only 2 minutes to go before the deadline. So get your moves locked in, guys. Make sure your bench order is correct, as you guys know. Apparently Rico, I've seen some rumors Rico Lewis starts, so
that is very interesting for your team, because you got Lewis on the bench.
I don't think he will. I mean, nothing concrete, but I'm happy with my moves. I could have maybe brought Nico in and go Morgan Gibbs White. That's the only other thing, really. But I think I'm quite happy with what I've done. We'll have to have a look and see. But -4 I've taken out. I think I've seen a lot of hits flying around from managers. A lot of people have taken minuses to get to a full 11 because obviously I think people are avoiding free hitting or wildcarding.
Yeah, with still the future of double game weeks as well.
Yep.
Free hit was certainly one to be safe for them. One of them. But yeah, deadline is up. It is 1:30, so hopefully you made your moves.
Yep.
And you locked your teams, and you're happy with captain pick. Unless you've got somehow more time, which I don't think you have.
No, that's it. Deadline. Game is updating. Will be available soon. So, yeah, Lewis, I've seen one account tweet it. I don't think they're reliable anyway. So, yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I'm still benching him for Wanyeri anyway. Lewis been bad for me this season. Yeah, he's not been great, Lewis. I've had him as well pretty much the whole season. I've not managed to get rid of him since game week 1. Just left him as a bench player.
If I'm honest, I don't think any Man City defender has been great unless you've had Guardiola, who's had 5 goals behind him. I think even clean sheets for Man City have been sparse.
Yeah, they've not kept many clean sheets, Man City. But yeah, I don't expect one against Brighton, if I'm being honest. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here. Obviously, quite a few games to go and watch. Obviously, I need Nottingham Forest, I think, to go big against Ipswich today, especially Elanga. But yeah, looking forward to doing the stream tomorrow to see how our teams have done. And yeah, make sure you guys tune in. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
I think that's it. Obviously, there's 2 things. Obviously, 2 players that I hope don't do big, and that's Marmoush and João Pedro. But apart from that, that is all. I think for now until the knee joke tomorrow at Sunday after the Man United game. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you soon.